Hi everyone and welcome. My name is Tina, also known as Blooming Knitter, and this is Knitting Blooms. You'll notice I'm in a different location today. Well, I'm only about 5 feet away from where I normally sit, but I wanted to have an episode with my Christmas tree. I put my Christmas tree up last weekend, and it's actually the first time in a couple of years that we've put the Christmas tree up, because Crystal tends to climb it. And all of the ornaments get knocked off and broken. And I'm hoping that because we've not done the Christmas tree for the couple years, she won't be as enticed to climb it. Although the very first day that it was up, she was already playing with the ornaments. So it might be only a matter of time before she breaks an ornament or climbs the tree or something. I'm not really sure. But because we are in a different spot and I don't have to worry about the glare on the glass cabinets, my lights are much closer to me today. So it might seem like it's a lot brighter than normal. And I hope it's not too bright for you guys. And I hope you can see a little tiny bit of my Christmas tree over here. I have collected ornaments my entire life. And there are ornaments on here from when I was a kid. There are ornaments that I've made. There's ornaments that every year my family would give us ornaments. My mom, she'd always give us ornaments for Christmas. So, and even my grandparents, there's ornaments from my grandparents on here as well. In fact, I think you can see one right here. This was an ornament from one of my grandparents. It's a little sleigh and it just says Tina 83. So, yeah, there's so many memories with these ornaments. Every year, well, the last couple years I haven't done the Christmas tree, but every year that I do the Christmas tree, I just have so much fun unwrapping all of the ornaments and seeing them. And it's funny, Crystal, what are you doing? Yeah, stop that. It's funny to kind of get them out every year because sometimes I forget, oh yeah, I forgot that I had that ornament, or, you know, I remember them once I open them, but, you know, it's funny because you forget from year to year. Because when I was going to put the Christmas tree up, I'm thinking, I don't have that many ornaments. But as it turned out, I have a lot more ornaments than I thought. But it was fun to open the boxes and unpack them all. And in fact, I didn't even put all of the ornaments on the tree. There was quite a few of my handmade ornaments that I had made when I was a kid that I did not put on the tree. But it was a lot of fun, and I put the tree up last weekend so that when the girls come for club this weekend, it will be up so that they can enjoy it as well. And I always love having the Christmas tree up because I like the lights. I also have a Christmas village where I have little houses and all kinds of little trees and people and everything, which also has not been put up for the last couple years because cats used to steal the people. Brandy, who you probably have never met, she passed away a number of years ago. She used to steal the people and sleep in the village because we had like a corner console we had a sectional couch and there was like a table in the corner console, and we would put the village in that area, and I have a picture of her. In fact, if I can find it, it might be digital. If I can find it, I'll put it in here so you can see. But she used to sleep in the Christmas village, and she used to run off with all of the people. So it was quite interesting to try and track down the little people after Christmas was over. But yeah, I haven't put up the village in a while. I had some smaller houses, and then I got some larger houses, and now Steve really needs to build me a special display so that I can use them. I did put them up a couple years ago, and I used the entertainment center and just different things, and it worked fine because I have lots of styrofoam things to go underneath the houses to raise them up and what have you. But there's just nowhere right now that I can put the display up. Maybe on the kitchen table, but how is that going to work when you don't have, then you won't have a kitchen table. But yeah, one of these years we're going to make a specific table display that I can put the houses up again. But other than Christmas decorations, this week has been a pretty uneventful week, which is very nice for a change. Last weekend, after Thanksgiving, because I recorded the show last Thursday on Thanksgiving Day, I didn't, but Steve did put together some of the dressers last week. He wanted to do it on, I think he wanted to do it Friday morning, and I was in the middle of something else Friday morning, and I didn't want to do it at that time. So he went ahead and put one of my dressers together, and then I think on the next day, Saturday, he put one of his dressers together. We still have the bed and another dresser to put together, and we still need to go back to IKEA and get our nightstands. I'm not sure when that's going to happen. I'm hoping that he will go one day after work, because he works close to IKEA, not right by IKEA, but closer to IKEA than where we live. And I am hoping that he will just swing by there one evening after work and get those things, and then so we don't have to go down there on a Saturday. But it's no big deal if we have to go down on a Saturday. Just this Saturday isn't going to work because I have knit club. Also, over Thanksgiving weekend, I played a lot of Sims. Now, I can't remember when we started it, but Kimberly Sock Bunny and I did a collaboration on a house build. And I think it might have been before Thanksgiving, but I'm not sure. But I have a note here to mention it. But, yeah, so we did a collaboration on a house build, and that was a whole lot of fun. That was one of the things that I did, that I played. The game that I played was using that house over Thanksgiving. And I'm going to be starting a new series with custom content. So I pulled all my, I went through some custom content today, and I have the items that I'm going to share on my first custom content video that will probably be posted on Sunday. So if you're interested in seeing some custom content for The Sims 4, check out my other channel, Tina Loves Sims, and you can see that. So I don't have a lot of knitting to show you today, but I do have a couple of finished objects, and I started a new project, and I made some progress on my ruched cardigan, my ruched yoke tee. I think I made some progress on that. I'll have to look when I pull it out. But before we do that, I also want to do the drawing for the Fall Mystery Knit Along. Now, there were only 10 entries in the Fall Mystery Knit Along. So you had a very good chance of winning this prize, which is a $20 gift certificate to the Yarny website of your choice. A place that will allow me to buy you a gift certificate. Not all yarn websites allow it, and so if it's Etsy or Webs or something like that, but it has to be somewhere I can buy a gift certificate. So without further ado, let me tell you the winner. The winner was number 6, and that's Lilith Knitting, and that's Amy. So Amy, congratulations, you have won the $20 gift certificate. Just get in contact with me and let me know which Yarny website you would like to have your gift certificate, and I will get that sent over to you. And all the finished objects were absolutely gorgeous. I loved seeing them, and I hope all the rest of you that haven't finished your Fall Mystery Knit Along will go ahead and finish them. I have been a bit lazy about releasing the pattern with the new name, which is Blooming Addiction, and because I need to do like banner ads and stuff like that, because I am going to advertise it a little bit on Ravelry, and I haven't done that yet. I've been lazy. I haven't had any pictures, and I haven't finished my large, which I really want to finish my large before I publish it with the new name, because I'd like to get pictures of both shawls for the finished pattern. But this week I only worked on a couple of projects. I did not work at all on my Never Shall Meet shawl. I did not, well, I might have worked a little bit on my knit swirl, but not very much. Oh, I did want to mention something about this. Oh, I did work on it, and I did want to show you something. So hang on a second. Let me go run and get it real quick. So I make these notes throughout the week as I go, so I know what I want to talk about, because honestly, if I don't make notes about things that I either change or do different with a project, I could totally forget by the time that I record. So had I not made this note about my knit swirl, I would have totally forgot to tell you. It's not a big thing, but if you're doing a knit swirl and you're doing one with multiple colors, it might be interesting to you. So you will notice over here, this is the beginning of my round, and I'm really hoping not to lose any stitches. So here's the inside of my sweater at the beginning of my round. And you will notice that down here I have lots and lots and lots of ends. But up here there are no ends, because I got smart. And this is the inside, by the way. I got smart. And I started spit splicing my, and I did lose stitches, and I started spit splicing my colors together. When I had to change colors, I spit spliced them. Where did it go? Yep. And what I did was Cascade 220, which is what this sweater is made from, is a 4-ply yarn. And what I did was I knit to the end of the round marker, knit right up to the end, and then cut my yarn just a little bit longer than that for the previous color. Then I would tank back enough stitches so that I had enough yarn where I could spit splice with the other color. So it's a 4-ply yarn. I would cut 2 of those plies from the old color and 2 of the plies from the new color and spit splice them, so that when I overlapped the colors, they only overlapped, it wasn't extra bulk, it was still just 4 plies. So right at the round marker, you might see a little bit of one color going over a stitch, possibly 2, but not very much. I think it's just 1 stitch. 1 stitch on each side of the center marker, or the end of the round marker, do you see the other color. So I'm very pleased with that. I don't know why I didn't think of it earlier, because honestly, if I had to weave in all these ends at the end all the way up my sweater, that would probably drive me insane. And I know that Lilith Knitting, who won the $20 gift certificate for the mystery shawl, she knit a knit swirl, and she had a lot of color changes. And I don't know, I think she said she had like 100 and some, maybe 170 some odd ends to weave in. Probably more than that. I'm sure that it was not fun. So anyway, so yeah, I just spit spliced them. Why not? So I'm going to continue to do that, because I don't want to have to weave in 600 ends. I will probably go ahead and weave these ends in just to get them out of the way, but there's not that many, so it won't be too bad. But I did want to tell you that, because that was a huge revelation for me. And I'm glad I thought of it before I got too far along on the sweater. Oh, and by the way, I'm pretty sure, yeah, nope, well, I don't think I started this one yet. Yeah, I think, yeah, this is all that I have left of the first skein of green. Yeah, not that much. In fact, I'm not even going to put that back in my bag. So I have the other skein. I probably am going to go ahead and buy another skein. I think I mentioned that the last time I talked about this project. I haven't done it yet. I'm not worried about it at this point because even if it's not even if it's a different dye lot, which the first two skeins were different dye lots from one another, I don't think it's going to be that big of a difference. So that project, I did make a bit of progress. In fact, I didn't. Let me see how much progress I did make. I don't think I made that much progress. Okay, here's my marker from the last time I showed you. So I finished one welt, I did another welt, and I started a third welt. So not that much. But it's a nice brainless project to work on, but it seems like all my projects are brainless these days. Alright, sorry for the reach, but I have all my stuff on this table over here. Alright. Well, I guess I'll show you finished objects last, since I skipped over the finished objects to show you that. So the next project is the ruched yolk tea. And I have made some progress on this as well. Again, straight stockinette, so not very complicated. But there's where I was last time. And I did that much more. So, I don't know, about 3 inches. And I'm still decreasing. And it's coming along. It's gonna be awesome. I might even like this sweater better than my Nantucket Red. This is my hand spun. So, another very simple project that I've got going. I did start the last ball of my hand spun, so I think I should have plenty of yarn for this project, but just in case. I could always do something around the bottom band, the cuff or whatever at the bottom, because the sleeves are just cut and they're done. There's no casting on new stitches or anything on that. And so if I do run short, which honestly I don't think I will, I still have quite a bit of yarn. So the next project that I cast on this week is another pair of socks. And although I had said I was going to use that final skein of the 4 skeins that I had originally asked for suggestions on which one I should start, I started a different pair of socks. And the only reason I did was because I've had these 2 skeins. It's actually a 50 gram ball. I've had these 2 skeins sitting over on my in my crafting area because I've been thinking about starting these socks, but I haven't because they're not really my colors. I mean, it's browns and golds and blues, so they're not really my go-to colors. But I liked the pattern. Let me see if I can show you the pattern. I liked the striping. Is it going to work? I don't know if it's gonna focus all that well. Anyway, because they're kind of dark, but I liked the striping pattern, and I've wanted to start these socks, so I decided to go ahead and start them. And I did start both socks. And I have 2 socks. And look at them. They are matchy-matchy. So I have the gold. And what I did was I figured out where I was starting in the color rotation on one ball. And then I marked it on the ball band. You won't be able to see it, but on the part where it shows the striping, I said, okay, I'm starting right here. And so I marked it on here so that when I pulled the other ball out, I could look at it and try and figure out, okay, is this where I'm going to go? You know, so I could pull out and see the different colors. And I did it right at a color change. So what I did was I just made my slip knot right at the color change between this kind of gold and this orangey color. So it was right at the color change. So it would made it easy to determine where I was. And both of them, the toes are complete. I haven't done too much more than the toe. That one looked like there was a stitch that wasn't quite right. Doesn't look like I stabbed it quite right. Anyway, because I have been knitting on these while I've been bouncing and walking and whatnot. But there they are. Another pair of socks started. And I probably won't start another pair until these are done. Because the other pair, unless I need something that's bright colors and fun and exciting and whatnot, I probably won't start another pair, because the next pair that I want to do from the last skein of the 4 is similar colors to this too. So browns and blues and stuff. So that's that. But now I'll show you the finished objects, which you may have already figured out since I didn't show you them as works in progress. But finished the socks. The final pair of Christmas socks, I still need to weave in the ends, and this is what happens when you don't pay attention. I'm working around, casting these stitches off, and I don't know what I was thinking. I was going around working, and I got to the end of the row, and it was like a purl, or it was a knit, and it's usually a purl, and I'm like, why is this a knit? And I'm like, well, maybe I started at the wrong edge to start casting off, and so I bound off and ended, and then I realized that I had a whole nother half to cast off. So I only cast off half my stitches, not the other half. So I had to add another piece of yarn, which means more ends to weave in. I can't even remember what I was doing that caused me to do that. I was not focused. I was like all over the place. I think at the same time I was trying to start a Sims game but finish this, and I also kept screwing up getting the Sims game started because on my Mac I have to hold down a specific key when I do the startup in order to go into Windows mode. And I kept going into the Mac mode every time, like 3 times in a row. Like I'd turn it off, and then I have to restart, and then I'd get into the Mac mode, and then I'd have to turn it off again. Anyway, so 2 socks are done. I just have to weave in the ends, and then they are ready to get wrapped up for Christmas. And the other project are my awesomely striped Hiawassee Creek socks. I'm so happy with these socks. I love the stripes. I need to weave in the ends and take pictures so that I can wear them. I'm so excited to wear these socks. Fun, fun, fun. Love it. So that's all my knitting. Do I have anything else on my list to tell you? We have a VKN this Sunday. Sunday, December 7th at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, there will be a VKN. I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's the first Sunday afternoon VKN, and I'm hoping that the 4 o'clock time frame will work for a lot of different people. It might not be too late in the evening for, like, say, people in Europe, and it might be, you know, a decent time for somebody on Sunday afternoon in, like, California. Maybe they're just getting home from church or what have you. So yeah, VKN on Sunday, and that's about it. Like I said, it has been an uneventful week, and it's been really kind of nice that there has been no major emergency trips to the vet and whatnot. We're still trying to get Cody to eat more. He's not eating that much, but then again, none of the cats are really eating that much. So I don't know if it's if we have to worry about it, but we're just trying to get him to eat more. We've been feeding him kitten food. We've been trying to entice him with chicken and turkey and stuff like that. But he doesn't really eat the chicken. He just kind of puts it in his mouth and then kind of chews, and then it goes everywhere. But that's all I've got for you this week. I plan on playing some Sims, probably not tonight or tomorrow, but maybe this weekend after Knit Club on Saturday. And I won't have too much time to play on Sunday because I'll be having the VKN on Sunday. But yeah, I hope to get some knitting done. I hope VKN and Knit Club provide lots of knitting time for getting my knitting done this week. And I hope Crystal does not climb the Christmas tree. Here she is to say hello. Crystal. No climbing the Christmas tree and playing with the ornaments. Right? Yes. Right? Little Crystal. So yeah. So I hope you guys have a fantastic week. And I will talk to you next week. Bye for now. As always, thanks for joining me, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Please feel free to contact me with your comments or suggestions, as I am always trying to improve the show. You can find me on Ravelry, Instagram, and YouTube as Blooming Knitter. You can also find me on Plurk, Twitter, and Pinterest as Blooming Knitter, but I don't frequent those sites as often. I post show updates on Twitter and Facebook, and sometimes to Google Plus and Plurk. I am Miss Aerobics on MyFitnessPal and Fitbit. You can always find all the old episodes as well as links to the tutorials on the blog at www.knittingblooms.com. And you can also follow the show on Facebook. You can email me at knittingblooms@gmail.com, and show notes can be found at knittingblooms.com.